Again guys, there you go, that's my cable coming out from my Jtag and going into the back of my PC. You need an LPT port on of your PC in order to get this to work. And if you don't have one already built in, some older PCs will have one already built in there. It's basically a printer port. You can use a PCI card, which is what I've got there, but it does just add a little bit of, make it a little bit more fiddly. But you can do that if the need arises. Yeah, just make sure you've got an LPT port, plug it right in, and I'll take you over to the PC and show you what's going on there now. Okay, so once you've plugged in your Xbox to the PC via the LPT cable, one thing I forgot to mention was that you need to plug the power adapter into the back of your Jtag, or Jtagging thing, whatever. You don't need to turn it on, but you need to make sure it's plugged in, make sure the power's on, and also make sure that the front panel, the one that's got the turn on and off button, is also plugged into the Xbox. So yes, make sure you got the power cable plugged into the back of the Xbox. No need to turn the Xbox on, and make sure the LPT cable is plugged into the back of your PC. Now finally, once you've done all that, go ahead and download the file that is in the description, NandPro20D. Right click and extract it, and you'll get a little folder there like that. Let's get rid of that a sec. Open that up and you'll see a bunch of files in there. For Windows, sorry, for 32-bit users, just run port95.nt and that will install the drivers so that you can continue all this. If you are on 64-bit, or if for some reason that's giving you problems, then dlport.io is already in that file there, so just don't worry about it. Don't click that basically if you've got a 64-bit PC. 32-bit PC though, make sure you do click it. I've just made a complete mess of that, but I hope you understand. Anyway, now as I said earlier, I have a PCI slot instead of the usual inbuilt one. So what I need to do is change the port addresses for NandPro. So I go to Device Manager, and you'll see under my ports I've got my LPT cable right there. To right-click Properties, go to Resources, and you'll see that it says the I/O range is FFF0 to FFF7. So I want to go back to my folder, open up NandPro Patcher, go to Desktop, and NandPro20D, NandPro.exe. That's all loaded now. Now you want to change this to, oops, capitals, 0 and FFF7. Don't change the third one if there's only two there. If there's one on top of the other there, then just you need to try all the numbers and find whatever settings are right for you. But you can see FFF0 there, FFF0, FFF7, FFF7. Patch NandPro. NandPro has been patched. Click OK on that. Go ahead and close out of all that. Right, now you need to load up CMD. So go to Start and search for CMD. This will be slightly different for, remember I'm using an XeLL motherboard. I'll even look on the Se7enSins Post to find out what you're doing if you're using a different motherboard. But for XeLLs at least, a CD desktop, I'm using the CD command there to change into a different folder. NandPro20D, and then NandPro.exe space lpt minus R16. That is reading the 16 megabyte NAND, and then NAND1.bin. Click enter, and there you go. You're reading your NAND file. You're going to have to do this a good few times, I think, and until you get basically matching dumps. But that's the next step. Dump at least 2 of these. You're probably going to need more, and most I've needed is 8. So yeah, you could be here a while depending on how good your soldering is basically. So I'll just come back when this is done. Okay, so as you can see, it's now read completely my NAND from my Jtag, or yeah, whatever. 3FF is the number you're looking for on there. It took me about 40 minutes, I think. That's about average. And if you go into your NandPro folder, you'll now see NAND1.bin, and it should be 16896 kilobytes, basically 16 megabyte NAND. Now what you want to do is type in NandPro.exe lpt read 16 NAND2.bin. and click enter on that, and it'll do exactly the same, and it'll read another Nand. And yeah, you need at least 2 if you're lucky. Hopefully you get it done with 2. If not, you'll have to do that until you get 2 that match. But that's the next step, and yeah, I'll see you when this Nand has read. Okay, so you can see that my second dump is now finished. What you want to do now is download something called Total Commander, which it will come in the exe. You need to install it, but once you've installed it, you get a link like this. You want to open that up. Okay. First time using it. You want to go to... Oh yeah, right, so you need to go to Files, Compare by Content, and you want to load up in here. Where are we? Desktop, Nand Pro 20D, Nand 1 on this side, and Nand 2 on that side. And you want to click Compare. And now you'll see basically if there's differences, and you just want to click Next Difference. Basically, if there's another, if there is any differences, sorry, you want to dump the Nand again, because it means that they're not identical. You want to have an identical pair of Nands, and so yeah, that means I have to go and dump it again. So go back to Total Commander. Sorry, go back to CMD. Type in Nand Pro 20. No, nandpro.exe. 3.bin. Okay, Nand 3 this time, so I want to dump Nand 3. And yeah, hopefully this will be the last one, but as I said, I've done it up to 8 times before. It does depend on your soldering, depends on the motherboard. It's just, you just got to get a pair of identical dumps basically. So this time I'll come back when I've got a matching pair. Okay guys, I've just finished my third Nand dump, and as you can see, 2 files are identical. That's Nand 1 and Nand 3. So I now know that in my Nand Pro folder, 1 and 3 are identical, so I can get rid of 2. And I'm actually just going to copy those and make a copy of them just to make sure that they're going to be absolutely fine. Excuse me. What you now want to do is download a program called Xbins, and for me that's there. Your antivirus will definitely say this is a Trojan, I think it says. But it's not. I don't know why it does it. It's just one of those stupid things. But basically, you want to download that. You want to allow it through your antivirus first of all, and then when it eventually loads, there we go. At last, right? You want to load up Xbox 360. Head on over to Development. And now you want to go to 360, and then Images, and in here you should be getting these here. Right, you want to get the one that's your console. For me that's an Xenon. If you've got any others, obviously select the other ones, and you want to drag that to the desktop, and you'll see down here at the bottom 6%, 7%, 8%. So yeah, go and download that, and I'll get back to you when it's done. Okay, now it's downloaded, just right click it, extract here, open it up, and I'm just going to rename that to XeLL.bin. Make sure you leave the .bin in, just to make it easier on typing it in. That's all. Now you want to go to Start, CMD, CD Desktop, CD Nand Pro 20D, nandpro.exe. You want to do LPT again, and then -W16, that's write 16, XeLL.bin, and that should now write XeLL to, ooh, that's not good. Let's check what I renamed it as. Oh yeah, that's utterly retarded. Sorry, I meant to where's it gone? There it is. Sorry, I meant to copy that and paste it in the Nand Pro folder, my bad. There you go. So now you got XeLL.bin, and now it should work. XeLL.bin. Voila. Okay, now it's writing. You see it says writing there instead of reading. And that'll go to 3FF again, take about 40 minutes, and I'll come back to you when that's done.